Hi, my name is Liz Yandall, and I'm an account executive here at InsightsNow. Today, we're going to talk about how to achieve greater success in product line extensions. During our webinar today, we'll talk about the business of line extensions and why getting it right is important. Then, we'll talk through InsightsNow's approach, which is Tournament+TURF, and look at some sample results. What we know is line extensions impact your brand. This was highlighted wonderfully in a recent study by Catalina, who showed that the success of extensions hinges on a small 1.5% of the population. What this means is, in order to be successful, you need to not only properly leverage the brand, but also ensure that you selected line extensions that are targeted to specific moments in people's lives and will actually change their behavior. There are a lot of business goals when putting a new variety or product on the shelf. They're great for driving short-term revenue by leveraging a wonderful brand and bringing excitement to a category to drive overall purchases up. Yet, if not executed properly, they can quickly erode brand equity and create high levels of cannibalization. We also know that to be successful with line extensions, you have to be able to identify a core group of people who will try and adopt the line extension into their lives. Marketers face a lot of challenges when extending their lines. When you think about line extensions, they can be anything from a product idea to a name to flavors or different varieties. And when thinking about these extensions, we have questions such as, what ideas are integral to my product offerings? Which ideas may have significant appeal among a small consumer target? And beyond that, what combination of ideas will give me the greatest market share once on shelf? And how do I narrow a long list of ideas down to the ones that are most actionable and consumer relevant? It all becomes a balancing game. We have this continued need for news to grow business, and there are always competitive pressures to steal shelf space and market share. Retailers are demanding better and better category performances. But meanwhile, we're dealing with limited shelf space, and there are cost pressures to putting a new product on the shelf. And you have to be able to rationalize the line of SKUs that you've put out. We have to find a solution that addresses all of these challenges. And in order to do that, we have to go beyond traditional approaches. They're not enough anymore. We all know standard methods such as TURF, and they're often centered around the purchase intent measure. But there are limitations to standard methods. The reach value of TURF, which measures how well a line of products reach unique consumers, it poorly discriminates between different options, and we don't know if those options are made up of consumer-relevant products. We also know that purchase intent is a poor approximation of what really happens at the point of sale and is often insufficient on its own. So we have to think about how consumers choose their products. To make a wise decision on which line extensions move forward into development, you need to take into consideration multiple sources of information. And you need to make sure the idea that you're putting on the shelf will be complementary to the current line. This ensures that you're selecting line extensions that will be able to add incremental value to the line and not cannibalize your current products. Now, how do we do that? Well, we will look at a few pieces of data, such as choice, ratings, rankings, and frequency. You need to understand the choices people make. When a consumer goes into the store and looks at a shelf, they have to make a choice among multiple products. You need to know how they value the product and how they rate and rank it among its peers, and also how often they use the product. Are they using it once a month or once a year? In reality, what we're trying to do is identify if people see the value of the line extension, we'll try it, and then we'll use it enough to make it successful. So let's take a look at how you can put these measures together in a simple research design. This research design is based on a tournament bracket where the ideas are pitted against each other and then the winners move on. This gives us that first type of data, choice data. After finding a winner based on choice, you then iterate through the ideas to gather ratings data, such as purchase intent, or fit with brand, or delivery against another specific benefit that is important to your brand or product. And then for those ideas where a person shows interest, then we ask for usage information, such as purchase frequency. At the end, you get a custom tournament score index for each variety, and they're ranked based on that index. The top varieties are what we then put into the turf analysis, and the output we know are all consumer-relevant varieties based on these measures. Now that sounds great in theory, but we did want to share some sample results so you can see what data comes out of this. Since it's summertime and the sun is coming out, we thought what better to show the data than a sweet treat. So we're going to look at popsicle flavors today. As you can see, this list of popsicle flavors has been rated already by the Tournament Sort Index. This Tournament Sort Index has taken into consideration all types of information we've talked about so far in this presentation. We have the win percent, which is that choice data. We have purchase intent, brand fit and uniqueness, where we're getting those ratings of products, and purchase frequency. All those are combined to put together this index and rank these products. From here, the top products then go into our tournament and turf output. Since we know that these ideas over-index, we want to select those that are most complementary to the line. We still get typical turf combinations that you're used to seeing. So what are the ideal number of products that you are going to put into your line? And once you know the different numbers of products that are going to be in the line, what are the best combinations for those lines? The key is for these turf results, these are all now consumer relevant based on the feedback we've gotten in the tournament. The results we give are extremely actionable and provide you with clear results, allowing you to make a business decision that you feel confident in and help guide your team into what to do next. Tournament and Turf is one of many solutions out there to the product line extension challenge. The advantages of using this one is it starts with consumer choice, and we know that is an incredibly important element. It goes beyond standard methods and measures such as purchase intent, and it allows you to take into consideration multiple types of data, rating data, frequency, ranking, and choice. Along with that data, you can incorporate flexible measures. What's most important to your brand? If we're talking about popsicles again, is it the summertime? Is it uniqueness? Incorporating the flexible measures and the multiple types of data, we then filter down to the most consumer relevant ideas. And this is what we use to finish our analysis. Not only is this methodology valuable for new item introductions into the marketplace, but it's also great for rationalizing your current portfolio. Is your product line that's on the shelf the best product line possible? Now this technique is popular among our clients, but we do have several questions that we hear over and over again. The first is, how many varieties can I put into my tournament and turf? Typically, we suggest around 35 flavors, but you can put up to 50 in based on the length of the variety description. Another question we get is the questionnaire complex? And the questionnaire is not complex beyond the customizable measures that we want to include in the study. It takes some skilled programmers, but at the end, the consumer experience is engaging and gets you the results that you need. A big question now, given budget constraints, is will it cost me significantly more? The answer here is no. It does depend on the project, but adding a tournament to a turf you are already going to run, or vice versa, should not add more than 10% to your cost. Another question we get a lot is, what if I want to include competitive context? Well, when including competitive context, you have to listen to the consumer first. Our playoff method, which is another tool in our suite of options that works with line extensions, allows for a consumer-relevant set of competitors while using our tournament methodology and customized index. So for today, there's a couple of things we'd love for you to walk away with. The first, it's important for you to understand consumer choice. Consumer choice most closely mimics what they're doing when they are in the grocery store. And to do this, you have to go beyond traditional approaches. Again, purchase intent is a measure that we all use, but by itself it's really insufficient. So we want you to think outside purchase intent and make business decisions based on more robust data. By having multiple points of data, you're allowing more information to influence your decision. And this will help you to deliver a consumer-relevant set of products and optimal product lines, because we know that you have to get it right when it comes to line extensions. You may have thought that these were low risk, but can you afford to not put the right product on the shelf? If you're interested in more information on this topic, we do have 2 papers on our website. The first is The Paradox of Progress, and the second is Beyond the Inflection Point. Again, you can find these at InsightsNow.com. Thank you very much for your time today. Again, my name is Liz Yandall, and I'm an account executive here at InsightsNow. You can get in touch with me or your InsightsNow account executive for more information on Tournament+TURF or product line extensions. You can reach me at my email address, elizabeth.yandall@insightsnow.com, or feel free to call the number on the screen. Thank you very much, and have a great day.